morning, sirs. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Anshul. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Anshul, after leaving job at Oracle, are you doing something?
No, sir. I have been preparing full time for the civil service exam.
Right. In your DAF, you have written in that you were member of technical staff in Oracle. What does it mean?
Sir, member of technical staff is a position in Oracle where the person is a software engineer who makes individual contribution to the core software that we develop.
What kind of software you were writing?
Sir, I was part of the Oracle's digital assistant team, which develops chatbots for industrial use cases. Sir, so I was specifically in the team for writing insights and analytics that for particular chatbots.
Anshul, there is a lot of talk going about artificial intelligence these days. Recently, a prime minister also had a meeting with an important person. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. Sir, Prime Minister recently met Arvind Srinivasan of Perplexity firm.
And somebody else also?
Sir, before that he met Jensen Huang of NVIDIA AI chip maker. Sir, I can only remember that.
No, some company, very famous company, has promised a huge investment in AI.
Sir,
Which is that?
Sir, Microsoft has promised $3 billion of investment to create a AI ecosystem in India.
So, who met from Microsoft? Our prime minister.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that.
You're not reading newspapers?
Sir, I am reading, but I haven't
Okay.
come across.
Okay. Continuing with AI. Now, AI, there is a strong opinion that AI needs to be regulated. Unless AI is regulated, it can play havoc. Which is the country or a group of countries who have already brought in some kind of regulation on AI.
Sir, the European Union has come up with regulations for AI, and UK is also mulling over what kind of regulations they have. At the same time, sir, US has gone for no regulation. Sir, India has indicated towards light regulation of AI.
So, what kind of regulation European Union has gone for? What is the basic fundamental principle of that regulation? Are you aware of that?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact regulation.
Okay. Now, your hobby, you said you blog on India's foreign policy.
Yes, sir.
What is the latest blog you have written on what topic?
Sir, I wrote on the H1B issue and how India can benefit from it.
There is a lot of controversy about H1B visas these days. There are two opinions within the new administration. New president is going to be sworn in, and there is a conflicting opinion. Who is supporting what kind of opinion? Is it going to benefit India, or it will be against Indians?
Sir, Elon Musk has called for giving more H1B visas to high skilled immigration, whereas certain factions in the Republican parties, they have opposed such moves because they believe that it will threaten the jobs for Americans, and it will lead to more and more immigration, which will not produce enough jobs for the Americans.
Anshul, let me change the topic. We have a provision of Finance Commission in our constitution.
Yes, sir.
Which Finance Commission is currently in position? It goes by numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is the Finance Commission which is presently in position?
Sir,
who is the chairman?
Sir, the chairman is Shri Arvind Pangaria ji, and sir, it's if I remember correctly, it's the 16th Finance Commission.
Now, there is certain states in India who have been critical of the recommendations made by Finance Commission. Which are these states, and what is their main ground on which they are criticizing the recommendations of the Finance Commission?
Sir, the devolution of funds by the Finance Commission is based on certain parameters. Sir, population and income distance is one such parameter. Sir, so the southern states, they are already have lots of they have population control, and their fertility rate has gone below the total fertility rate, and sir, their population has gone low. So their the devolved fund that they get is lower than what they expect from the government, sir. So they are protesting that the since this devolution is based on the census of 2000, the census of 1991, so they want it to be they don't want it to be based on the 2011 census, because then their devolution will get further lower.
You come from police family. Your father is a policeman.
Yes, sir.
That's right. What reforms have been suggested from time to time in police functioning? Can you just summarize one or two reforms which have been suggested by various commissions, by courts?
Sir, the Honorable Supreme Court laid down Prakash Singh guidelines, which laid down 7 directives, including appointment of DGP and establishment of State Security Commission, as well as police establishment boards. Sir, the Niti Aayog also recommended to increase the number of policemen. The WHO, the UN recommends 222 policemen per 1 lakh population, but we are currently at around 160 policemen per 1 lakh population. So that also needs to be increased. Sir, apart from that, sir, there are certain other guidelines, such as Satinder Antil guideline, which provides guidelines for arresting the accused, and also, sir, the Arunesh Kumar guidelines also provide like in what conditions the police should arrest the accused.
I'm asking reforms in police. I'm not asking how does police function. Reforms in the general criticism that police is not able to investigate cases promptly. So there has been very important recommendation made by several commissions, including Supreme Court.
Sir, Supreme Court has recommended to separate the law and order and investigation function of police. Currently, they have overlapping functions, so that wastes time.
Your hobby is machine learning, robotics, and all those things you have done, and artificial intelligence, because you are basically electrical engineer. Can these technologies help improving the administration?
Sir, AI has a profound role in improving administration. A simple scenario can be to create an AI-based civic center. So in a district, we can, since we have identity-based data sets like Aadhaar data, so we can simply create a portal where all such data will be populated, and the person simply has to click a picture using their camera, and all the schemes can be populated for which they are eligible, and they can talk to how to apply to that using a AI chatbot, and it will also tell them in vernacular language, sir. So such kind of thing can be created. Also, sir, for safety, sir, there can be AI-based automatic surveillance system which detects eve teasing or illegal parking, sir, and wrong driving in the wrong side, sir. Such things can also be tracked using AI-based cameras.
Thank you, Anshul.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Anshul.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very interesting hobbies you have. Reading about machine learning, you were the member of or the president of the robotics club. Then you have blogging. Then you have hockey, and then you have watching spy thrillers. Very interesting, diverse kind of hobbies or your interests. In the robotics club, what were you doing? in the university, in the IIT, what was the functions or what were your activities as part of the robotics club?
Ma'am, at the junior level, I was involved in developing robots myself. So we developed a 3 degree of freedom robotic hand. We also developed a small drone, a primitive drone to clean the solar panels. And then, ma'am, as a technical coordinator, I was involved in managing different teams and guiding junior students to develop such robots on their own.
So were these actually used, the ones you are saying for solar, cleaning solar plates or panels? Was it actually being used, or it was only developed and then left behind and you're put aside?
Ma'am, it was only a prototype since the cleaning efficiency was not as per the like a manual person can clean that better, but it can be used to clean certain places where a person cannot reach. They have limited reach. So in those places, it can have better cleaning.
So is work being done to make them more efficient and completely replace, manual cleaning? Is work being done, or has it been the research or whatever innovation that is required? Has it been done, or it's been abandoned on one side now after making the prototype? I mean, other people may have come, but it's been continuing, or it's just end of the road after developing the prototype, end of the matter?
Sorry, ma'am, it was it ended there.
It ended there. So what do you think? It shouldn't it have been? It was a very good, sort of invention, so to speak, because there's a lot of dust, a lot of this thing, especially in Delhi, everywhere, wherever you have installed solar panels, it affects the efficiency if it's not clean, isn't it? So why do you think there are so many prototypes made and so many? Why is it not given to industry to develop further, or why is this mismatch, or why is there no linkage between academia and research and the industry? What holds it back, and what do you think you could do to bridge this?
Ma'am, one thing is the industry and academia linkage, which is not quite strong in India. So even for developing this drone that I was talking about, we were requiring certain parts which may have improved its cleaning ability. But since we don't have such manufacturing capabilities in-house in our college, or we were not having such industry linkage, then it hinders our ability to develop such advanced machines. Ma'am, also we need to solve such issues, we need to have more industrial nodal points in the campus itself. For example, recently NVIDIA and Qualcomm as well as Samsung has started developing such linkages with IIT Delhi campus, ma'am, itself. So in fact, the 5G infrastructure was also developed in IIT Delhi. So such kind of linkage is improving, but more needs to be done, ma'am.
And also the robotic arm that you mentioned, what is that used for? Where can it be useful? Is it being used, or again, that is also prototype and kept aside?
Sorry, ma'am. So
but if able, for them, it would really be very useful. No?
Ma'am, it could be controlled using a PS3 controller to grip small objects. So ma'am, its functionality was limited to only picking up objects in all the 3 dimensions, ma'am.
Sorry, doing what? Could you repeat that again?
Gripping objects. So small, it had a gripping arm.
Oh, it's a gripping arm. Okay, so is it being used? Is it being used at all? A lot of small things fall around on the roads here, there, and even in the homes, or in this institution. So is it being used at all?
Sorry, ma'am, it was also a prototype.
Also abandoned. Okay. Okay, let me take you away from there, since you are in foreign policy and interested in your PSI as your subject, and the 2 ongoing wars which are ongoing in the world at the moment. Why did they sort of start, and what do you think is what is India's approach to them? Has it been the right approach, the wrong approach? What should it have been?
Ma'am, the Russia-Ukraine war started because Russia perceived that their national interest is being threatened by incorporating Ukraine into NATO. During even the 2014 Maidan protests, there were apprehensions of Russia that Ukraine will Ukraine will become part of NATO, and they annexed Crimea, and now also they were again being threatened that. So, ma'am, Russia suffers from the geographical insecurities where since their core populated area is very near to the Western Europe. So, ma'am, that is characterized by plains. So they want to keep a buffer state before them to prevent such scenarios. So, ma'am, that was the case. And
Right.
India is
Sorry. Please
yeah,
carry
ma'am,
on.
India has clarified that peace is the way. We are not neutral. Our way is towards peace. As Honorable Prime Minister also clarified yesterday that Yudh is not the way, but Buddha is the way, where we encourage peace for all parties.
On the second war,
Ma'am, for the Israel-Palestine conflict, it is a long-standing conflict where numerous efforts have been made, such as the Oslo Accords, to bring peace, establishing the Palestinian Authority. But, ma'am, the Hamas is a terrorist organization which created attacks on Israel. So Israel had to respond to its to maintain its national security and eliminate Hamas as a counter-terrorism operation, ma'am. But the conflict has dragged and had lots of loss of lives. So we have encouraged the two-state solution to bring peace in the region.
and what do you think is holding back the two-state solution?
Ma'am, there is a high trust deficit among both the parties. Israel is not satisfied that if we create a new Palestinian state, then they will not attack Israel's border. And at the same time, ma'am, Palestine has demanded, the Palestinian people are demanding that there are certain extremist faction in the Palestinian state which demand from the river to the sea, which they don't want any Israeli state existing over there. So, ma'am,
They're saying we should destroy. They don't want a two-state solution, isn't it? Normally, most of the Palestinians and their supporters, and they're not even ready to give back the hostages. That's an important aspect of this whole war. You know, of course, the two-state solution and the territorial aspects are very important for both sides, but also the hostages, which they don't want to talk about. And the whole narrative building that is going on, you can see, is to make Israel the villain of the whole thing, and taking away deflecting what the Hamas did. So I think that also is an element that is playing out in this. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you.
Anshul,
Yes.
that was a very good appreciation from Madam Manju.
Thank you, sir.
And you please take note of that, because this question of your interest in foreign policy will definitely, some questions will come. So now I'm taking you to your interest area of spies. Who was the most famous spy in the World War I period?
Sir, Mata Hari was a well-known spy during the World War I period, where she spied on the German on the behalf of French.
Okay. And then what happened?
Sir, she was detected by the counterintelligence of Germans, and sir, she was executed by guns, death by gun squad.
French gun squad.
Yes, sir.
And initially began as a dancer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now tell me, during the Mauryan age, Chandragupta Maurya, recall?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You studied in history. They had developed a mechanism for killing their enemies. What was that? A very unique one.
Sir, the Mauryan administration was based on Kautilya's Arthashastra. So they created elaborate spy system where they send spies even to their in their domestic territory as well as their foreign territory. So, sir, Kautilya has recommended to certain methods to find such adverse elements in their own territories, where they ultimately even to lure with relations with the queen, and then they give poison to that particular person.
So what was the? Who were these? spies come killers. They were females. So now, do you recall?
Sir, Vish Kanya was one such thing.
Right, that's okay. Now, tell me, do you see ever an end to the Indo-Pak conflict, which comes up in various forms again and again, of distrust and between the governments and restrictions, on each other's people? Do you ever see an end to it, or it will continue like that?
Sir, Indo-Pak suffers from majority-minority complex, where minority in one country is majority in the other country. Sir, so this creates a dynamic where certain the minorities in each country feel threatened from the majority of that country. Sir, also we have a long-going border conflict with respect to Kashmir. Sir, Pakistan has occupied certain portions of Kashmir by the Kabila section, and sir, so that acts as an Achilles heel in our relations. But sir, we have also tried various programs to even we have tried the functionalist approach, where we build we tried to have small progress to reach to large progress, such as the Amritsar to Lahore train, that also we tried. Sir, but Pakistan hasn't abandoned the policy of having 1,000 cuts to India. So, sir, we need to ensure our current policy towards Pakistan is based on isolating Pakistan, sir, in the international forums. Sir, I believe that until and unless Pakistan abandons its policy of cross-border terrorism, there cannot be a peace. But, sir, in the future, since we are the same people on both sides of the border, sir, there should be attempts to establish peace in Indo-Pak.
Okay, very good. Now tell me, what is the situation on SpaceX today?
Sir, SpaceX till last night was their distance between both the satellites was 1.5 kilometer. Sir, they have been trying to reduce it in the morning. Sir, I am not aware of the latest morning development, but the goal was to reduce it to 225 meters.
Okay. Now, can you tell me something about the power infrastructure of the country, from where we began and where we have come today and where we are going?
Sir, India currently has 443 gigawatts of installed capacity. Sir, we are currently at 30% renewable energy capacity, sir. Sir, in our Panchamrit targets, we have talked about 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel energy. Sir, so that will by 2030. So, sir, we are aiming rapidly towards that, as seen in the largest solar plant in Khavda in Gujarat. Also, sir, we are developing various wind parks and solar parks. And sir, recently in Delhi, yesterday, we launched our first battery energy storage system, sir. So that will give a push to renewable energy, sir.
Okay. Okay, I expected a little more on the renewable sector, but I think I'll pass you over to Kundan Chima. Yeah, we have to keep in time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Anshul.
Good afternoon, sir.
Anshul, you are from Rewari.
Yes, sir.
Rewari has some famous old Havelis. Tell me something about them.
Sir, Rewadi's Havelis were composed by the Rao rulers of Ahirwal. So these Havelis mostly use the Chhatri design, and they are mostly made of stones that was excavated from the remnants of Aravalli range nearby, and sir, they were plastered using the Chuna limestone.
They are in bad shape nowadays. Have you visited one recently or no?
Sir, there is one in my village, so I have visited that.
They are in bad shape. All right. Now, you are an electrical engineer from a very prestigious institution. India needs good electrical engineers. And India is on the cusp of becoming a developed nation in the next, say, 5, 10, 20 years. Why don't you want to become a part of that story rather than doing a routine administrative job of a, say, IAS officer? Why do you want to do that?
Sir, currently India's ecosystem for electrical engineering is not much developed. Sir, the electrical engineering jobs mostly are based on semiconductor.
That is why you should not leave electrical engineering. You should develop that.
Sir, steps have been made to start such an ecosystem with the Micron plant upcoming in the Sanand region of Gujarat, sir. So also, sir, we are leading nation in semiconductor design, but sir, we don't have in-house manufacturing capacity, so that hinders more and more electrical engineers coming to the core field.
There is so much of growth potential in electrical engineering. That is why. That is what I was trying to say. You should have a strong reason to be doing a routine administrative job, except for a short period as a DC or something. Otherwise, you have more challenges here, and you should be able to. Anyway, it's your choice. Now, one point of view about AI is it is all right for social common good, great, no doubt about it. But otherwise, over a period of time, it will kill competition, enterprise, and hence growth too. Because sameness comes in, everyone has the same technology, everyone knows the same thing. What are your views about it?
Sir, AI has pushed the innovation further, sir. So it has led to more and more startups rivaling the models of big companies such as Meta. Sir, for example, Anthropic and Mistral has come up. So these are small startups which have created models which challenge the large models of big firms, sir, like Google and Meta. Sir, so it is promoting more and more innovation. And also, sir, AI is having second-order effects in fields like agriculture, manufacturing, sir. So it is not stifling innovation, but rather having more and more innovative technologies, sir.
See, everyone has the same thing. I can also do that, you can also do that. Everyone in the world who knows AI will be able to do the same thing. Will it not encourage sameness and kill competition over a period of time?
Sir, there are distinctions between models. So certain AI models, they are very good at performing mathematical tasks. Certain AI models are very good at performing coding tasks, sir. So they currently we don't have artificial general intelligence, but very specialized models, sir. So they are tackling different parts of the problem.
Think about it. Okay. Now,
Yes.
have you heard of Siachen?
Yes, sir.
Now, there is the highest battlefield in the world where every day some people are lost on our side as well as their side, and we are spending billions of rupees. Now, Pakistan is in dire state, in trouble, because of many reasons you know. Is it the right time for Indian government to take the initiative to sort it out once for all?
Sir, India maintains regular army postings in Siachen since after the
The new information you are giving me. I know that place like the back of my hand. I've been there. Now, tell me, is it the right time when Pakistan is in trouble? Should we take advantage of their present state and pressurize them to sort it out, because billions of rupees being spent and lives being lost on daily basis, soldiers?
Sir, POK is an Indian territory, but sir, at the same time, such kind of military action.
Okay, we are talking about Siachen. Talk about Siachen only, friend.
Sir, Siachen, sir, is also an Indian territory, but sir, such kind of military action at the present moment where India is rapidly having lots of economic growth, sir. So such kind of military action might attract sanctions from the Western.
All right. Yeah, my last question. Why are Nepal and Bhutan important to India?
Sir, Nepal and Bhutan serves as buffer states between India and China. Sir, they also are strategic points due to their terrain. Yes, sir. This is what I can.
Something there very special which makes it very important for India as well as China. And Bhutan also has a stake.
Sir, water security is one thing I can think of that since.
Please think about it. Okay, thank you, Anshul. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Anshul, I believe you must have been following news, current affairs. Okay. So I'll ask you a question. From November 25 to December 20, there was a winter session of the Indian Parliament, right? That was the schedule. So give me 3 highlights from that winter session of the Parliament. Top 3 highlights for you.
Sir, first is the One Nation, One Election bill that was promulgated. Sorry, sir, I cannot recall other at the moment.
Was there any impeachment motions introduced in any of the house? Are you able to recall any impeachment motion being introduced, or no confidence motion against an individual being introduced?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall at the moment.
So there was an impeachment motion or no confidence motion introduced against the chairman, honorable chairman of Rajya Sabha, which was later rejected by the deputy chairman. So what do you believe that the present position of the Vice President of India, how do you see the position of Vice President of India, and how do you think that this is, do you believe it is an important position to have, or what is the role? Just tell me.
Sir, Vice President of India is modeled on the Vice President of USA. So he also serves as the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So, and also in the case of emergency situation where the president's post is vacant, then he also serves as the president in that case to maintain the continuity as head of state. Sir, also as a chairman of Rajya Sabha, he maintains the decorum of the house. So that's what I can recall.
What is your opinion on a cooling off period for judges post retirement? Cooling off period, I hope you understand what I mean by that. What is your opinion on it before participating in public life, participating in elections? Should there be a cooling off period for judges, especially of the high courts and the Supreme Courts, the higher judiciary?
Sir, judges of the Supreme Court and High Court are, sir, they should have a non-partisanship and neutrality in all matters. So therefore, cooling off period is a must thing, which has been recommended by various committees, including Niti Aayog, sir. So I believe that it should be there.
Thank you.
I think we're done, right? So,
Thank you.
Vasan, sir.
Yeah, Anshul, you are a good candidate, no doubt. And if you prepare well, I think you have lots of time before your interview. I think March 25th.
Yes, sir.
So you have plenty of time. So I will only advise you to, keep yourself abreast of the latest current affairs. That is, incidents, events happening in India, vis-a-vis especially our neighborhood, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Events happening in international arena, Ukraine, Russia war, Israel, Hamas conflict, which is going on. The Trump will come into power on 20th of January. So new policies he would announce, and the policies which may impact India's economy in a way, or our relationship with America, our relationship with Russia. These are some of the things which will be important for you to. And then, since you are from engineering background, so there could be questions on artificial intelligence, its regulation, its role artificial intelligence can play in administration. How it can reform the administrative machinery, what will be the positive impacts and what could be the negative impacts also. Similarly, Supreme Courts may give some judgments by the time your interview is there. So read those judgments, or some of the judgments which have been recently given earlier. Those important judgments also you read, and if necessary, prepare small notes. Which newspapers you are following?
Sir, the Indian Express, and occasionally
Read Hindu also regularly till your interview is there. That is very important. And since you hail from a police family, so there are some questions could be on police reforms, on functioning of police, because there's a lot of criticism, especially like UP. And then there could be questions on Haryana. But I think you did you study in Haryana or Gujarat?
Sir, schooling from Gujarat, but I'm a native of Haryana, so I regularly visit there as well.
But so since your schooling is in Gujarat, there could be questions on Gujarat as well as on Haryana, because Haryana is your native place, but I think your father's working place is Gujarat, so there could be questions on Gujarat. So if you do that, I think you should be able to do well. Okay, all the best. And now over to Madam.
Anshul, I will only add to this that you should be less stiff. You're getting a little stiff while you are while you're answering. Please don't be nervous or stiff. Be natural, be relaxed. You'll perform much better. Already, you're a very good candidate overall. I think you did well. But sometimes issues or going beyond. So avoid going beyond what is being asked. Be precise, to the point. That will help you keep your answers clear and for you to score well, and be clear about what you're answering. And then a little bit of energy and a little bit of voice modulation, and avoid diverting from from whatever the subject is. I mean, whatever the question is, you are going going into some other realm. So avoid that. And I think you should do really well. All the very best. And one more point, yes, I just want to add that since you are an electrical engineer, climate change and electric vehicles, green transition, all these aspects, including, as you mentioned, in between 5G technology. So I think all these things which are coming now in emerging technologies, and your interests are in that, so those, be very clear, but brief. Try and make brief answers and reply with precision. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anshul, you're a very good candidate and your turnout is also good. So be sure to wear shoes with laces. Don't wear the pump shoes.
Yes.
And Chairman Sir and Madam have already explained in detail about how you should answer, what should you study. So hear it again when you get the video recording.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Yeah. Anshul, from my side, transmission losses has been a major issue with the electrical. Know about them, how they are being reduced, what technology is being used now. Latest technology is being used to reduce the transmission losses. Isn't it? I mean, know about that. And then don't go to POK when you are talking about, know where is POK, what is POK, what is Yachin. You should generally know that, isn't it? And I would suggest that look at some government websites to get correct information and authentic information. Government website, there are a lot of information available on government websites. Look into that and that will help you. Otherwise, you are a very good candidate and you have a great chance of making it. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Sir, just one question. In the Siachen question, sir, how to respond to that? I was blank. Like, how should we?
You say that if within the parameter which our stand is that unless you stop bleeding, there is no. But this is one issue which can be sorted out because we can, pressurize Pakistan at this stage. I have written about it in newspapers and all, and people have appreciated this. This is perhaps it can be sorted. Don't be specific about it and say yes, sort it out immediately. No, but you can say yes, it is possible. It can be done. And if it can be done, why not? Let us do it. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Right. Anshul, just one thing, prepare the electrical part, EV, right? Electric vehicles, the car, and, especially because you're from IT Delhi, so Delhi, right? Pollution, those areas, right? Because you've stayed there for a long time. The AI part, I think, can be in much more depth, right? Your answers obviously can be much more, just make a more precise answer, as ma'am also pointed out, right? Newspaper reading. This is one part that I think perhaps we have not been regular, and it came out while Ayush sir was asking questions on the vice president, impeachment, or these things. So okay, so make sure your newspapers are spick and span, right? You're very clear. Just ask yourself, after you read the newspaper, ask yourself a few questions from the newspaper itself every day. Okay, that
Yes.
would be it, I think, from us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anshul, all the best.
Anshul, once the video comes now, schedule a one-on-one. We'll go through the whole interview again, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am.
All the best.
May I just add one point? Please do a few in-person mocks also, because it will help you to, be more conscious. Right now you're sitting, you can't see your feet, you can't see what you're doing with your hands. It'll be better if you do a few in person as well. All the best.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
25th March. Take care.